in just a moment. HighPoint and Upstate getting ready to square off for the third time this year. As luck may have it, these two teams played in the first round last year and went the way of Upstate. We take a look at the starters for the Spartans of Upstate. It'll be Dalvin White in addition to Hammond, Hodge, Aldridge, and Zink. Tipped up in the air and won ultimately by HighPoint. You take a look at the USC Upstate starting lineup there. Nevin Zink, our player to watch for. And for HighPoint, a more consistent starting lineup. Wright, Flowers, Holt, Randleman, and Elmore. Free throw line jumper missed on the inside. Tipped up again. Missed once more. Scrum for the basketball. Panthers still got it. Flowers, short corner jumper, sinks it. Now the one difference, Ben, in this game for USC Upstate, they are missing their leading scorer, Tommy Bruner. That's going to be a big loss for them.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure out, somebody from Upstate is going to definitely have to step up. It's going to take the whole team, though, when it's somebody that good.
These teams have played twice this year already. It was a two-game set at the Millis Center. Each team took a game. Game one went the way of the Spartans. Game two, HighPoint. So 2-0 Panther lead. Dalvin White probing, looking for something. Corner triple on the way. Well off the mark. Good box out from Flowers, and it goes back to HighPoint. And we talked about this a little bit off air. Quentin Hodge is going to be the guy who's in the starting lineup today. This is his biggest game so far, the freshman. Yeah,
he has, I think, one other start this season. So he's got some big shoes to fill. Obviously, it's going to take everybody, but it's going to be interesting to see what he does today.
HighPoint off to a 2-0 lead a minute into this game here at the Millis Center. Round one of the Big South tournament. In the corner for Bryant Randleman.
Saw the little soft trap there.
Elmore fading away, bounces up, and rebounded by the Spartans. Not a lot going on that offensive set.
No, I think it's a little bit of nerves. We'll see as the game settles down a little bit.
Upstate looking for their first field goal. Ball's on the deck, picked up by the Panthers. Messy first turnover, goes back to HighPoint. John Michael Wright takes it. HighPoint 8-14 on the year. 42% from the floor as John Michael Wright, newly minted all-conference performer, leads this team in 5 separate categories. Here's Wright with the rock. Difficult shot by Wright, rattles off, back to the Spartans. Here's Hodge penetrating, flicks it out, three-pointer on the way for White, off the mark. Zink battling a second chance opportunity for the Spartans and eventually finds its way to John Michael Wright. So the hustle play by Zink, but couldn't make anything of it.
Yep. And if you're HighPoint, you want them taking some of those threes.
Upstate is not a great shooting team. Alex Holt over to Elmore. His jumper is off. And White fouled. We knew going in that neither one of these teams was a great shooting team. USC Upstate 42% from the floor. HighPoint around that total also, but so far it's lived up to the billing, just one made field goal.
Yeah, and a lot of the times in games, you know, this is win or go home. You want to try to get some easy ones to at least get the blood flowing. It's almost been all strictly tough jump shots for both teams so far.
Upstate on offense today, still looking for their first points of the game. They're an early 0 for 2 start from the floor, and that one is kicked. And it looks like they're trying to deny Zink on the inside. What's going to be the key to getting him the basketball?
Well, it depends on how they're playing him, but I think to get him the ball, they definitely need to put him more in some ball screens first, maybe some dribble handoffs like they did right there. But HighPoint's doing a good job at packing it in right now.
Three-pointer off the mark. They're forcing the Spartans to take contested three-pointers. That's not the area of strength. Transition, really an area of strength for USC Upstate.
Yeah, they want to get downhill. They got a lot of big, strong guards. They want to put their head down and get to the rim. But HighPoint's doing a good job.
Upstate guarding tightly. Flowers hacked on the arm. Flowers was just named a first-team all-freshman member this year in the Big South Conference. He's been an impressive freshman this year. And he's kind of got an athletic game, but he can do a little bit throughout the rest of the court, too.
Yep. And that's going to be a really good combo moving forward for the next couple of years with him and Wright.
HighPoint coached by Tubby Smith in his 3rd season at his alma mater, over 630 wins in his coaching career. Randleman picks up his dribble. John Michael Wright pump fakes. One dribble pull up and
beautiful.
Sinks it. A nice shot from John Michael Wright. That's the offense you expect with him.
Yep. One shot fake, one dribble pull up, just like you do in practice.
A well-seasoned sophomore, McDonald's All-American nominee, back in the high school ranks, and a foul call. Officiating so far, looking like they're going to call this one tight. Both sides have been playing, they've been playing pretty frenzied, but at the same time, those hand checks are getting called early.
Yeah, and you know, just like players want to set the tone offensively and defensively, referees like to do the same as well.
Already a substitution made for the Spartans. They're still looking for their first points. The HighPoint defense has been exceptional in the first 3.5 minutes. Blow by, reverse layup. Good defense from HighPoint again. John Michael Wright across half court. And it's stripped away for a second. Free throw line jumper, left off the heel. Rebound to Flowers, another second chance opportunity. HighPoint's already gotten 2 of those in the first couple minutes. Yeah, and I would have said one of the keys to the game was keeping Upstate off the offensive glass, but HighPoint's all over the offensive glass right now. HighPoint is a good rebounding team, 4th in the Big South Conference. Three-pointer, left wing good. Good shot from Bryant Randleman, 7-0 Panthers. Upstate will look for the answer. They find their big man, Zink. Zink, one dribble, and he will complete the three-point play at the line. Nevin Zink puts his head down, bullies his way into the paint, and that's a nice play there for the Spartans. Yep, he took his time. He waited for everybody to clear out. We take a commercial timeout. It's HighPoint 7, Upstate 2. Back in a moment on ESPN 3.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no contact delivery or no contact at the door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Our new house is amazing. Great street, huge yard.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save even more.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Peter.
Touche.
What? Find out.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
7-2 HighPoint in front here at the Millis Center, round 1 of the Big South Conference Championship. HighPoint and USC Upstate played already 2 times this year, but as fate may have it, they already played once last year in the same situation, and it was Upstate who won. HighPoint's, you got to figure, looking for revenge. Yeah, they're definitely looking for revenge, and right now they're off to a great start. 7-2 Panthers. Nevin Zink will hope to complete the three-point play. Zink was fouled on the last dead ball. It was Alex Holt who was whistled for the foul. 3 fouls in the early going for the Panthers, 1 for Upstate. Nevin Zink, before the game, was honored as the Big South Scholar Athlete of the Year. And he isn't exactly your prototypical stretch 5, but what Zink does so well is he can move on screens. He's, like you said earlier, a bruiser. Yeah, he wants to be on the block. He wants contact. He wants to fight down in the trenches. Zink completes the three-point play, and it looks like Upstate on defense, they're really trying to hem in John Michael Wright. When he's a 20-point scorer, they don't want him to get into the middle. Yeah, so those guards on ball screens, they're jumping super high, like that right there, to make him go more towards the sideline and keep him out of the middle where he's so dangerous. John Michael Wright collects. Tight defense from Upstate. And there they go again, yep. And they foul with the body, continuing the strict hand check. Body check fouls from the officials in the early going. Substitution made for Upstate. It'll be Bryson Mazzone who comes in. 8 games of 10 or more this season for the junior. 6th, 7th man off the bench for acting head coach Stacy Palmore. Whipped it past to Flowers, knocked out of bounds. John Michael Wright looking for someone, finds Flowers. He gives it to Randleman. Right off the screen, right wing triple, wedged it short. Another offensive opportunity for the Panthers. It's Flowers who rattles it in. Big bucket, a third chance point there.
And that's great hustle, great save.
9-3. Flowers up to 4 points so far, and a takeaway for the Panthers, and a hammer on the other end.
And it's showtime.
The defense continuing to pester USC Upstate. They average around 14 turnovers a game. And take a look at this play.
That's just great reaction. Just jumps the pass and then do whatever you want at the other end.
Elmore the slam. The Panther lead at 8. They're off to a hot start in the first couple of minutes.
And now they're going to stay with that pressure.
And for a team that can turn the ball over a lot, both of these teams do that to an extent. HighPoint's been very good at it in the conference, only 12 a game. But when you're Upstate and you're facing that type of pressure, what's the key to breaking it?
You need everybody, especially with your primary ball handler out. You're going to need everybody to help them out, make crisp passes and come back to the ball.
Step back is missed. John Michael Wright might have gotten away with the travel, might have gotten away with the second travel. He floats it in nevertheless.
He definitely did. he definitely traveled, but hey, if the ref doesn't call it, it didn't happen.
That's exactly right. 13-3. Panthers off to a tremendous start. Spin move, back cut, and a hack inside. Carter Jernigan with a pretty pass on the interior. With just one made field goal, Spartans are 1 of 6 from the floor. Offensively for USC Upstate, what can you try and do to answer this tough attack?
Well, if you look at it offensively, all their points right now come from Zink. They got to get them a couple more touches, and they got to get back to doing what they're good at, which is getting downhill and getting to the rim.
The leading scorer that is active today, Everett Hammond, at the line. He is second in the conference in free throw percentage, a touch under 82%. Only player ahead of him, the inactive leading scorer, Tommy Bruner, for USC Upstate. Denny Slay gets his first run of the game. We'll give Flowers a break. Denny Slay the second, the senior, started 3 games this year. Had a season-high 17 in the first matchup this year against the Spartans. He will look to try and replicate that success for Tubby Smith's squad. Elmore off the slip. 8-footer missed. Another offensive opportunity. The Panthers picking up rebound after rebound and second chance after second chance.
And that was a great slip there.
John Michael Wright open in the corner. 3-pointer down. The offense is free-flowing. It's John Michael Wright from downtown.
And again, he can fill it up. We said it earlier. He's going to keep looking for his shots, and you're playing with fire if you're going to keep giving him looks like that. 7
points and 4 rebounds for John Michael Wright in the first 7 minutes. Upstate has been unable to crack the defense of the Panthers so far. Zink battling for position down low. Jernigan passes it up, poked away by Wright. Panthers the other way. Slay the second, lays it off. Beautiful pass. The Spartans want timeout. HighPoint threatening to blow this one open early. 18-5. That extra pass made a world of difference.
Yeah, that would have been a very, very tough layup. He was going out of bounds, but didn't panic. Found his man behind him for the easy layup.
7 points for Wright, 3 points for Randleman, 4 for Elmore, 3 for Zink, 2 for Hammond so far for USC Upstate. If you're the Spartans, well, it couldn't really have started too much worse, but what's the message in the huddle right now?
The message in the huddle right now is we got to stop turning the ball over. There are a lot of points off turnovers right now. We got to, throw it in the Zink. Let's work from him. He's one of the best bigs in the conference. But again, right now it's a lot of turnovers.
We mentioned second chance points, already 10 of them for HighPoint. 10 of their 18 points are coming on second chance opportunities. The rebounding has been in favor of the Panthers, 9-3. Zink can only do so much inside too.
Yeah, and this is where Broner not being here is huge, right? He's usually the one who always has the ball in his hand. He's usually the one making decisions, and in the turnover numbers it's showing right now with him not being out there.
Spartans will look to regroup. If you're HighPoint in this situation, the defense has been nailed. It's locked you down so far. Do you change anything up on that end? Do you try and back off on the pressure, or do you keep doing what you're doing?
I think you keep doing what you're doing. You don't want to get overly aggressive for cheap fouls to get them on the line. But I think they're doing a great job right now.
Rob Peterson checked in during the last dead ball. He comes in for the first time. Manny Azunabor also in. Tubby Smith cycling through his options. 13-point lead for HighPoint. Panthers lead the all-time series 4-2. As mentioned, teams split this season already. In last year's game, Upstate staked themselves to a 17-point halftime lead, came away with a win, and moved on before losing to Winthrop, where that Big South tournament ultimately was canceled.
And right there, out of a timeout, they immediately get a play for Zink.
Hammond, straightaway three-pointer, and missed it badly. Shooting woes continue, just 1 of 7 for the Spartans, 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. Feeds it to Elmore, passed low at the feet of Azunabor, and it's Spartan ball. When Elmore caught that ball, he was kind of in no man's land there. It's the right idea to throw it to Azunabor, but it was a tough execution.
Right. Yeah, like you said, no man's land, and that's one of those where you wish you could have back for sure.
Flowers comes in. Elmore gets a break on the bench. Spartans handling the press again. Dalvin White, junior from Norcross, Georgia, has been a fixture in the starting lineup this year. 20 of the 22 games prior to this, his 21st start of the season. Jernigan over to Smith. He checked in during the last dead ball. A lot of movement on the outside and the perimeter. Mazzone pushes off, steps back, and they will call him for a travel. That's a good defensive set if you're HighPoint. They didn't allow a single pass inside.
And they're doing a really good job of packing it in.
18-5, Panthers with a stranglehold early. We take a timeout.
I feel like I would go with the signature strawberry limeade, add in cranberry. It'll give you that kick, like right there in the back.
Sonic Ultimate Drink Stop.
This muscle right here.
That might be a little tart for me.
Whoa. The Capital One Quicksilver card does not need a dog and pony show. It's simple. Unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with no annual fee. No need to jump through any crazy hoops. What's in your wallet?
Hercules Tires, the official tire of the Big South Conference, and for over 65 years has been providing value and unbeatable quality and an unmatched value. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, Hercules Tires invites you to ride on our strength. For a retailer near you, visit HerculesTires.com. 18-5, Panthers in front. A couple of subs made by both sides, but the similar fives back out on the floor at the under 12 timeout. Denny Slay the second. The defense has turned to a lot of offense today. 10-3 rebounding margin in favor of the Panthers. Second chance points, 10-0 as well. Trying to feed it to Azunabor inside. Spartan basketball. And really what's been the problem for Upstate, at least on the offensive end, they are double teaming and trapping Zink, like you were saying.
Yeah, so every time on the last possession they threw it into him, they're trapping him immediately to get it out of his hands. They know what a good player and what a good player he is. So they're definitely going to make somebody else beat them today.
And they're without their leading scorer, Tommy Bruner. He was top 10 in the conference in minutes per game, over 13 a contest, third in assists per game as well, over 30% from three. Offensive foul, it goes back to HighPoint. Just a little bit of a push off with the arm there.
Yeah, and I think some of this, they're getting a little frustrated. They're really trying to find a way to the rim. But HighPoint's doing a really good job of making them take tough threes, not letting them get anything to the rim.
Dalvin White shoots about 40% in limited attempts, more limited attempts than some of his teammates, but they only have 3 players that shoot above 30% on the Spartans.
Yeah, and I think HighPoint knows that, and again, they're going to have them shoot as many threes as they would like, play the percentages.
Emil Flowers inside to Peterson. Rob Peterson, the third, left hand, can't get it with the soft touch. Spartans in transition where they want to move and where they want to operate. Hitting the deck, out of bounds, and it's Panther ball. And that is the freshman Quentin Hodge making his second start of the season. And that's already the 7th turnover on Upstate.
Yeah, and usually when you have more turnovers than points, that's not a good recipe.
Tough to win that way.
Yeah.
Caden Sanchez checks in for the first time in today's game. Big South all-academic team. Was more of a starter last year, but has proven to be an impressive backup this year. Sanchez sets the high screen for John Michael Wright. Slay the second. Hard shot, grazes the rim. Spartans bring it back. White floats it inside, looking for a potential alley-oop. They'll bring it out instead. Jab step, swiping into the lane, and a big-time block from Azunabor. He's waiting in the wings.
Great block. And also credit to the defender for staying on his shoulder, not giving up on the play.
Flowers a little slow to get back, was a 4-on-5 for a little while. Substitution will be made perhaps for Flowers, who was limping a bit as he came across the timeline. Caden Sanchez, low block, drop step, can't get the touch. Another second chance. John Michael Wright. Off balance, he got it off the glass.
Wow, and it all starts with the offensive rebounding, right? Great hustle play there.
12 total rebounds and 12 second chance points. Another defensive play. It's Panthers who do another.
Well, they got that door locked for anybody who's trying to come inside right now. So they're going to have to figure out an easier way to get inside.
Azunabor looking like he's playing on the volleyball team with a swat like that. Jaden House will sub in. Will in fact replace Flowers. Zink on the inside, a chance at 3 once again. Good things happen when you get Zink the ball.
Yeah, and it was interesting that time before HighPoint trapped him the minute he caught the ball. That time they let him play one-on-one in space, and that's the second and one he's got.
Nevin Zink, the player to watch for in today's game, started all but 3 games this year, 3 consecutive contests in the middle of the schedule for the Spartans. He completes a 3-point play. Again, just a 66% free throw shooter, but he's hit both of his free tries today. Right, looking for something, Caden Sanchez. Couple of quick passes, Randleman in the corner. Sanchez pinballs into the lane, up and under, move on Zink. He's able to recover.
That was a great move, just couldn't put it home.
Upstate still 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. Inside, taken away by John Michael Wright. Wright gallops into the front court. Euro step, there to clean it up. No, not quite. The rebounds keep flowing. 2 more on this possession. Azunabor underneath, brought the ball down, and Spartans get it back.
Yeah, in Upstate, they're having a hard time. They're going to have to create points off turnovers. They're going to have to take some gambles on some steals, something to get them going.
Zink bullies his way into Azunabor, gets it back a 3rd time. Weaving in, penetrating, blocking foul, 2 free tries for the Spartans.
And yeah, right now, again, Upstate's really trying to find their identity. They're trying to figure out how are we going to put points on the board. HighPoint's doing a great job turning them over right now. But they're still in striking distance.
12-point Panther lead. HighPoint 40% from the floor, compared to 2 of 11 for the Spartans so far. But the rebounding battle has been where a lot of this has been won, as the free throw was missed by Hammond, a rare miss. Holt and Elmore come back in for Tubby Smith's team. And a 1 of 2 trip there for Everett Hammond. Bryant Randleman, the sophomore, to Elmore. Great fake inside and a foul going up. That's a weave offense that we haven't seen quite as much, and it's a good play there made by HighPoint. We take a timeout here on ESPN3. The Panthers and Spartans, both teams in a do-or-die game in the tourney.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no-contact delivery or no-contact at-the-door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Walker takes down Carolina, and the Furman Powers have defeated
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen in your dreams, kid. 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
There's not a secret to what actually happens behind the scenes at a bank. Here at First Citizens, we're trying to educate the client in each step of what's actually going to happen, and actually have them make the educated decision around what steps and what options they utilize. We want to become that trusted advisor that actually guides them down that road, helping you reach your goals. That's Forever First.
Whether it's the practice field or weight room, in class or on game day, we compete down here. We put in work, day in and day out, to take a step forward towards degrees, championships. Our goals? Excellence on every level. 11 schools, more than 4,000 student athletes, one attitude. We are the Big South, where winners are made.
In Big South coverage, visit BigSouthSports.com. Stay current with the latest news, results, stats, standings, and much more. Enjoy video features showcasing remarkable student athletes, or connect to school sites or social media outlets, all from one place. Remember, the source for all your conference information is BigSouthSports.com. A couple of the free throws coming for HighPoint. You'd like to see a little bit different offensive movement. They're really shutting down that middle of the lane, USC Upstate is.
Yeah, they really got to find a way to get Zink more involved. He's got 6 of their 9 points with 2-and-1s. And there's going to have to be a guard from Upstate that can really step up, especially with Tommy Bruner being out.
Pressure continues for the Panthers. Trap in the coffin corner. Escaping is Dalvin White. 5'10 junior dishes to Zink and finishes. And that's the only time that we've seen today the press has come back to bite HighPoint.
Yeah, and that was a great job using the speed to get out of that trap, and great bounce pass as well.
Still doubled up are the Spartans. Panthers will look to continue their strong start. House. Now John Michael Wright. House again straight away, 5 on the timer. And a carrying violation gives it back to USC Upstate, the 4th turnover.
And now if you're Upstate, now this is where you start to build momentum, right? You got a great layup at the rim, which you've been trying to do all game. You just forced a turnover. Let's see if they can keep it up.
7 turnovers for USC Upstate, 4 for the Panthers. 9 points for John Michael Wright, 4 rebounds, the leading scorer. Zink with 8 of the 11 Spartan points. Looking for Zink, can't find him. Dalvin White, team's leader in steals, kicks it corner. White wheels into the lane and has to kick it out again. Interior defense stifling so far. Mazzone, difficult shot with the hand in the face.
Wow, and they had nothing going there. That's just him going and going and getting a good shot right there.
It's back to single digits, 22-13. The Spartans seem to have weathered the storm and are fighting back. Elbow jumper off to the side. Good rebound by USC Upstate. They've cut the lead down to 9. Panthers are just one of their last 8, have not had a field goal in the last 3 minutes.
And Zink has to touch the ball in these possessions.
Hammond looking inside to Zink, being shut down right now by Alex Holt, the freshman. Zink fakes the screen, takes it up and takes it in. There's Zink, there he is.
That's just such a smart basketball. Acting like he's going to go set the screen, early slip, and his point guard found him.
The upperclassman Nevin Zink, the Connecticut native, already with 10 points, 10 of the 15 Spartan points. Right jab, surges into the lane, off balance. Second chance, put back, it's not going to fall. Panthers have dominated the second chance points. They just couldn't get that one.
Yeah, I mean, point blank layup, and again, Upstate out of that timeout. They've got some real momentum going now.
Offensive foul. It goes against USC Upstate, putting his body on the line. And then we'll call the foul on Josh Aldridge. Aldridge is not really a guy who shows up much in the box score, but he's probably one of the most important players for USC Upstate, kind of the glue guy, so to speak.
Yeah, he's a guy who does a little bit of everything. However the game's going, he can adjust as needed.
Spartans on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes. They've made their last 3 field goal attempts, but it's been a scoring drought of over 2 minutes for the Panthers. Wright looks to break it and does. Sinks the free throw line jumper.
And that's a great design to get your guy a wide open look.
Mazzone with a 2-point bucket on his resume today. Now over to Dalvin White. Spartans have been unable to get anything going inside today. Crossing over and a nice move. Swishes the long 2.
That's a great move, and that's one of the rare buckets that they've gotten outside the paint today.
Everett Hammond coming down with the 5th point of the game for him. John Michael Wright's 3-pointer misses short. Offensive board, Panthers. And a 3-pointer from Denny Slay. Slay the second breaks the USC Upstate run. They've been chipping into the deficit, brought it back to 7, now to 10.
And that really hurts, right? You think you got to stop, and they get an offensive rebound, and then another charge.
Offensive foul, another one drawn by HighPoint. It seems every time they're able to penetrate the lane, there's either a big shot blocker coming or there's someone willing to take a charge.
Well, what the Upstate guards are doing is they're running in there, and they're jumping, they're leaving their feet. What I'd love to see is for them to go in there and come to a stop and then pass it back out.
Again, the Spartans are without their leading scorer, Tommy Bruner. He's a top 10 scorer in the conference at over 13 a game, but is unable to play in today's game. Sanchez hands to Elmore. Elmore tries a triple. Batted out. Elmore the acrobatic grab. Sanchez, short corner. Money. Second chance points, they keep coming in bunches.
Yep, and Coach really has to challenge these guys to really box out.
17 of the 29 Panther points have come on second chance opportunities. And a miscommunication gives it back to HighPoint. 12-point lead for the Panthers. Spartans still battling. Back in a moment.
I mean, we could have.
I know where you're going. No, we couldn't have.
You're right. I was going to say we could have got one and shared, but that's not true.
Gonna work.
Sonic Extra Long Ultimate Cheesesteaks.
That wouldn't work.
It's time to take a trip, right from your living room. Travel now more than ever. This is Hydro. Get yours at hydro.com.
Get social with the Big South. Join the always growing network of Big South fans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more. You can also follow the conference source for game updates and on-site championship coverage via Twitter at Big South Game Day. Follow, watch, like, and share with the Big South Conference. Panthers leading 29-17, a winner-go-home game in round one of the Big South Championship, brought to you by Hercules Tires. Offensively for the Spartans, Nevin Zink has 10 points, but they still haven't been getting him enough touches.
Yeah, he has to really demand the ball. If he has somebody on his back, they need to throw it in there every time and let him operate.
Zink gets it on the inbounds pass. Step back three-pointer. Jernigan hesitates. Missed it well off the mark. Sanchez the board.
And he really had the shot open the first time, but he didn't really, I guess he wasn't comfortable taking it.
That hesitation paid dividends for the Panthers, forcing the miss. Sanchez low block. Spins and banks it in.
Oh, way to take your time down there. He looked around if they're going to let me play one-on-one.
Fast break opportunity.
Great
Sanchez comes away with the block. Other end, Elmore the and one. A 5-point potential swing, that's huge.
Yeah, and that's just a crusher, especially going into the half. You're clawing back in the game. Great hustle on the other end to get the block.
And that might be an instance where if you're going to foul someone, you got to make sure they don't make that shot.
Yeah, the rule is you don't want them to get it above their shoulders, right? If you hold that arm down, really get your money's worth on that foul, but that was just too easy.
Lydell Elmore, a 63% free throw shooter. The lead stretches back up to 17. They've doubled up the Spartans of the Panthers once again.
And here we still see that token pressure.
Panthers not backing off the press. Hammond in the corner. Foul called away from the ball. And they will call that one on Caden Sanchez, battling for position down low. Now that's going to bring up a one-and-one opportunity for Zink. He's 2 for 2 from the line so far, but he might be a little more okay with those fouls. They're kind of the hustle fouls.
Yeah, that was a hustle foul. And if you're Upstate, you're not looking at this as 17 points down. You really want to try to, by halftime, get it in striking distance, get it 9 or 10. So this is going to be a big 240 coming up.
Zink hits the first. 11 points, has already eclipsed his regular season total of 8.6 points per game. He's been efficient as he is typically throughout the season. 60% shooter, 4 or 5 from the floor here, and they will bring Alex Holt with the Panthers off the bench.
And so HighPoint right here, they need to make sure that they just finish strong. No turnovers. You don't want to give them anything going into the half that leads them to believe they're in this game.
And there's a turnover. Elmore lost the handle. Three-pointer by Hammond, knocks it down. A three-pointer for the Spartans.
And that's exactly what you don't want, and now they're applying some pressure of their own.
The old adage, teams that press don't like to be pressed.
Exactly.
Panthers break it, bring it into the front court. Right, a step back. Hard shot rattles out. Zink, a big board.
And they almost got another offensive rebound there, but Zink steps in to clean it up.
Corner triple. Knocked down again for the Spartans, and Tubby Smith calls timeout.
And we just called it. If you're Upstate, you want to get this thing in striking range. The three ball has come alive out of us all of a sudden, and sometimes shooting is contagious.
Little 8-0 run over the last 35 seconds. You don't see many of those.
No, you don't.
Spartans have made 6 of their last 8 field goal attempts. They were 2 of 11. They are now 8 of 19 from the floor. Panthers still shooting well, 42%. Rebounding a little more even, 19-11 overall. But the second chance points continue to be where the Spartans dug themselves in this big hole. It's 17-4 in that area.
Yeah, it's not even close. And going into the half, definitely one thing they're going to talk about is we got to limit these turnovers, and we have to keep them off the offensive glass.
Spartans pile on a mini run, 8-0 in under a minute, and now HighPoint looks to answer. This pressure, what is it really by Upstate? How is it different from HighPoint's?
So HighPoint's doing more of just a one-on-one, just full court pressure. They're doing the same thing, but sometimes they'll just go run and trap. As you see 12 just kind of waiting in the wings right there. He may go right there. So the point guard really needs to kind of be aware of that. And now it looks like they're moved into a 2-3 zone.
First possession of zone for the Spartans. Flowers tried to feed it to Elmore. Oh, a behind the back pass, a beauty, and they blew the layup.
He blew the layup.
Oh, that had all the makings of one of the plays they show at halftime shows in the top 10.
Great steal, behind the back, lead pass, but all for naught, unfortunately.
And it leaves 2 valuable points on the hardwood as well. Lead still at 9 points. Panthers give it to Elmore. Flowers straight away triple. Alex Holt tips to Elmore. Almost floated to Flowers.
1-on-1.
White got it right past Flowers, the lead at 7.
That's a great job by the smaller guard getting into the body of the bigger defender. Little wrinkle here to finish out the half with the 2-3.
Dalvin White, not big by any means, 5'10", 170, but he was able to fend off Emil Flowers, 6'3", 180. Slade the second, creates some separation, air ball. Momentum swinging in favor of the Spartans as the clock ticks under a minute.
And if you're HighPoint right there on that 2-3, you really need somebody to be in that elbow free throw area. That's how you break down a 2-3 zone. They're trying to beat it with 5 guys on the perimeter.
Nevin Zink is fouled on the inside after he gets the offensive rebound.
And this is exactly the last 3 minutes that Upstate needed to get back in this game. I think they were down 17 points, looking to cut it to 5 here.
10-0 run over the last 2 minutes. HighPoint has 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes as well. Those things are directly correlated.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's hustle plays, and I think they're actually starting to believe maybe they had to wake up, but now the 3 ball's going, the transition defense is getting there. HighPoint's going to just have to weather the storm and get into this half.
Nevin Zink cuts the lead down to 5, the smallest it's been in quite some time. Zink with 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 17 tough minutes. Couple of passes, Flowers.
Yep, and North State's actually going to have a chance for a 2-for-1 here.
But a 9-second difference, game clock and shot clock. Holt. Inside Elmore, penetrates the zone, turns around and sinks a jumper.
Yep, and again, that's how you beat that 2-3 zone. You got to have somebody at that elbow area.
Good shot from Elmore, a timeout called. It'll be your use it or lose it timeout. UFC Upstate still on a 12-2 run over the last 2.5 minutes. You have to be pleased with this effort if you're the Spartans.
Yeah,
come back and brought it all the way to 7.
Yeah, going into the half, you got some things that you know you need to work on. If I'm looking at all of the turnovers that we had, if I'm looking at all the second chance points that we have, and we have a potential to only be down 5, I have to be kind of happy with that as a coach.
And for HighPoint, you started out so strong. You've loosened your grip a little bit, but the halftime message going in for Tubby Smith, what's that?
They got to get back to basics and get back to doing what they've been doing. Keep crashing the glass, keep playing defense and forcing the turnovers. You have to keep them out of the paint, and you need to double Zink when he catches it down low.
HighPoint was out to a lead as large as 18 today, but they have struggled over the last 2.5 minutes. This lead has been cut to 7. These two teams played last year in the Big South Conference tournament. Upstate Had a 17-point halftime lead in one. Long three on the way. Spartans another one right before the break. The lead at 4. USC Upstate storming back with a big finish.
And that's just a big-time shot. Comes off the screen.
36-32. HighPoint, 36-32. Our score leading into the second half. Luke Callett with a 1,000-point scorer. Ben Drayton. Spartans will start with the basketball, close the first half on a big run, trailed by as many as 18, we've said a couple of times. They look to carry over that momentum while HighPoint looks to stop it dead in its tracks.
And now we'll see too, they ended that half in a 2-3 zone. We'll see if that was just a little wrinkle that they just wanted to steal some possessions with, or if they think that's the way to stop them.
Hammond gets by his defender, almost got an athletic and one. He's down for a second. He helped up by his teammates. What a good take.
Yeah, and he was able to get baseline, great up and under reverse, almost put it home.
A little too much English on that basketball.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Chance to cut this down to 2 points for Everett Hammond, the junior from Silver Spring, Maryland, is a terrific free throw shooter, second in the conference, trailing only Tommy Bruner, the team's leading scorer, who's not playing today. We talked about it earlier in the game. Quentin Hodge was who we thought was going to have to step up. He's played sparingly today, but it seems like so far USC Upstate's picked up the slack, missing their best player.
Yeah, and they're doing it by committee, right? It's not just on one guy. Zink has stepped up. They have a bunch of guys stepping up and knocking down shots. So yeah, they're doing it by committee, and they are back in that 2-3 zone.
HighPoint looking for someone to step up on the offensive end as well as Upstate continues to chip away at the deficit. John Michael Wright with the 11, Elmore with 9. John Michael Wright, three-pointer, right side. Missed it. Randleman inside. He's fouled. Second chance opportunities. They keep coming.
And one of the hard things about playing a zone, it is very hard to box out and find your man out of a zone because you're no longer guarding a man, you're guarding an area, right? So if they thought they were having a hard time keeping them off the offensive glass, it's going to be even tougher now if they are going to play in that 2-3 zone.
Randleman heads to the stripe. Perfect 6 of 6 from the line this year, 7-7. Four points for Randleman so far. Rebound and 4 assists. Elmore and Randleman both with 4, but he splits the pair. Lead back up to 4 in transition where the Spartans like to move.
They're doing a good job fronting Zink over there.
Zink with 14 points, 6 rebounds. He's had to work. He gets it on the outside. Spin move to the baseline. He's fouled. Another aggressive take for Zink. And he gets another 2 tries.
And that's great coaching out of the half, knowing that we have to get him the ball, we have to get it to him early, and we have to play through him.
35, Zink at the line.
Zink a perfect 6 of 6 from the line today. He shoots 66%, so he is well above his season average and perhaps falling back to total. Do you believe in the broadcasters, Jinx?
I don't believe in jinxes. I think that the percentages always play themselves out, so that one's not
no,
on.
I agree with you there, at least for the sake of Spartan fans that could be upset. 0 of 2 for Zink. Panthers move on the offensive end. Flowers has been quiet today, 4 points, 1 rebound.
And you got to get somebody there at that free throw line area.
John Michael Wright looks off the defender. Randleman's three-pointer rims off. Spartans in transition. They're forced to slow it down. Izunabor battling, starting the second half, trying to pick up Zink. A winner-go-home game in the Big South Conference today. They split the regular season matchup. Played last year in the conference tournament, went the way of the Spartans. Hammond's three-pointer bottoms. A 1-point Panther lead.
And the 3-ball has really come alive for him going back into the last couple minutes of that last half. I think they started out 0 for 4, 0 for 5, and now they're really shooting it at high clip.
Upstate with a chance on the next possession, a defensive stop, take their first lead of the day, but not if the Panthers have anything to say about it. Elmore rises up, 14-footer off the mark.
and they may have found something with that zone. HighPoint looks like they're still trying to figure it out, and nobody is watching. He goes coast to coast.
Nobody stopped the ball. Dalvin White all the way to the 10 over the outstretched arms of Elmore, and for the first time, USC Upstate has the lead. Flowers, the answer no. All the momentum swinging to the Spartans. White again could go coast to coast. Still nobody stopped him. Hammond, same spot as before, different result. And the foul underneath.
And the difference now, what the Spartans are doing now, they're able to dance in the paint. Remember at the beginning of the game, they could barely get anything to the rim without getting a charge or a turnover. So HighPoint's going to have to really focus in on keeping them out of the paint and making them shoot those tough threes.
Foul goes against Aldridge. Already his third personal. He gets a seat. Upstate calling off the press. HighPoint had to press for a large portion of that first half, but they've called it off recently. Denny Slade the second, John Michael Wright.
There it is.
Elmore. And the Panthers have to reset. Flowers drives in, penetrates and finishes. Three-point opportunity for Flowers. Big play there for the freshman.
Good slashing attack. And what they really have to do is they have to get it to Elmore at the free throw line area, and he needs to look down to the block and play a little high-low action. Great layup by Flowers.
Flowers just named to the All-BigSouth freshman team a couple days ago. Started every game this year. Career high 20 against Presbyterian College earlier this season. Can't complete the three-point play, and the Panthers cling to their one-point lead. Oh, Mazzone, an open look. And he passed up that open opportunity.
Yeah, I thought he was going to let that one fly, but had other thoughts.
Mazzone shoots 36% from three. He's a capable three-point shooter. Mazzone steps back, takes the tougher shot, right the rebound. Elmore, offensive foul. He made the shot, but it will not count. Putting his body on the line there was Quentin Hodge, the freshman.
Yeah, and that's just a high IQ play. Sometimes you have to just take your chances. Took the hit in the chest and went down and got the call.
The foul on Elmore, his second, the third for HighPoint in the early parts of the second half. Both teams with 3 fouls already. The physical play of the officials has continued into the second half. They're being consistent.
Yeah, they are being consistent, and what I'd like to see from HighPoint is they need to get John Michael more involved in the offense, just like Upstate is doing with Zink.
Izunabor doing everything he can to hold off Zink. Zink the player to watch for, 14 points. Corner three. Izunabor skies for the rebound and is fouled. And that's one of the reasons you have to figure he started the second half despite not starting the game. They want to make sure he can rebound and defend Zink. That's priority number one.
Yeah, that is priority number one. Everything is going to start and stop with him. I know they're hitting a lot of threes right now, but at the end of the day, they're going to have to go through Zink to win the game.
Rebounds have still been fairly one-sided, 27-18 for HighPoint. They have a 1-point edge. Flowers lost the handle, rolls it over to Denny Slay, and it's Panther ball. A mixed match last possession, but it sends us to a commercial timeout. HighPoint and USC Upstate in a tight one. Win or go home here in the Big South Conference Championships, brought to you by Hercules Tires.
With a top-rated app that lets you deposit checks and transfer money anytime, anywhere, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like...
I'll take Barkley.
Yes! Yep, even easier than that. What's in your wallet?
Working from home? How about a workout from home? With more muscle engagement than running and biking, you can stay home and stay healthy. This is Hydro. Get yours at hydro.com.
Find the best. Variety of officially licensed merchandise and conference and school branded items at BigSouthStore.com. Gear up with some new apparel or find that perfect gift to get fully equipped for all your game day fun with BigSouthStore.com. The zone defense of USC Upstate has proven puzzling for HighPoint, Ben.
Yeah, that's been the staple of how they got back in this game defensively. And if you're HighPoint, you really got to attack certain areas on a 2-3 zone. You got to attack the wings. You got to attack the elbow. As he hits the elbow shot.
Elmore with the elbow jumper. Good shot for Elmore. He's up to 11, the second double-figure scorer for the Panthers. Lead back up at 3.
And HighPoint really needs to get back on concentrating on their defense here, keeping them out of the paint.
Zink has been the focal point of the offense today, and he collects the basketball on the perimeter. Hammond wheels inside, flips up a runner, missed the shot.
Great defense.
Cleaning the glass was Randleman. He passes all the way to the front court and stolen away by the Spartans. Does not have the numbers, still able to take it 1-on-3, can't finish. Who else but Zink to clean it up? Still a battle for the basketball, brought it down. Somebody's got to come up with it, and a foul called. The bodies are flying on the inside for Hodge.
Crazy exchange there. You got a cross-court pass that gets intercepted. You have a missed layup, and then battle in the trenches. But when the dust clears, it's Upstate's ball.
I know the conventional wisdom says don't bring the ball down, but in those situations, does it make sense to still try and keep it up, or do you need to bring it down and kick it out?
Well, yeah, I think the problem there was nobody could really get a hand on it. It was like a wet bar of soap. Nobody could really get a grasp on it. But, yeah, traditionally you want to keep that thing high so, you know, some of the smaller guards can't get to it.
Davies Watson in the game for USC Upstate. Jab step on the wing. Carter Jernigan's three-pointer. Bounces off as Zunabor uncontested.
Yeah, and if you're HighPoint, you'll live with that shot.
Upstate is 4 of 13 from 3. Driving in, right. Three-pointer on the way, rattles out. Nearly brought back to HighPoint, and they stick with it.
Hustle plays, and that's just as good as an offensive rebound.
And Nevin Zink back on the bench. Seems to have found his way back there. Hodge will take his seat. Brought back in for Dalvin White. And getting his first action of the day is the true freshman from North Carolina, Bryson Childress. Childress, the team's leader in three-point field goal percentage. Nearly 44%. They need him to stretch the floor. Izunabor missed the three-footer. Too strong on the shot. White knocked out of bounds by Elmore.
And it's interesting getting Childress in the game to shoot these threes is to get them out of that 2-3 zone. Somebody who can really stretch the floor.
Childress has scored 59 points on the season. 54 of them have come from 3. Hammond stopped in the paint, deterred by a couple of the Panthers. Spartans working around, 10 on the timer. Watson to White. White slithers in, a great pass. Oh, it's White with the assist.
That was a great ball screen and a great decision by White to come off of it aggressively to make the big man come over to him so he could throw it down.
Watson, the two-hand flush. He's transitioned to a bench role this season, but has been effective. Slay amongst the trees. He can't get it to fall. In transition go the Spartans. This is where they thrive. Watson again. They will ask for the basket to count. It looked like Izunabor was there in time.
Yeah, I think he got there in time, and the ball wasn't on the backboard yet, so I think that should be clean.
The 6'8" sophomore Watson will head to the free throw line where he's just 5 of 11 on the season.
And all of this goes back to them making that switch at the end of the first half to that 2-3 zone. This has been a completely different ball game.
It's paid off. HighPoint hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds. The Spartans haven't truly been able to take advantage as that first free throw rolls in. They're just one of their last 8 from the floor. And it looks like, yeah, it confirms our suspicions.
Yeah, that's a very clean block and a way to get over there in time.
41 all as Flowers set to check in at the next dead ball. One of the top scorers on this Panthers team. Caden Sanchez in the game also. Slay takes a seat. But the Spartans back up for just the second time today. Again, no Tommy Bruner for USC Upstate. The team's leading scorer not playing in today's game. HighPoint led by as many as 18 in the first half. But Upstate has made this competitive.
Yeah, and now they're back to man-to-man. So we'll see if they're just going to do it in spurts.
Throwing a lot of different defensive looks. Right now, Flowers has picked up the ball. They will hand to Childress. Right. Jab surges into the lane, and that's a walk. It looked like he was trying to pass that to Flowers in the corner, but he was unable to do so, and he's holding his ankle.
Yeah, and I hope he's okay. Yeah, he really tried to split that gap there. Very difficult move, and again, I think they're checking on him right now.
Right, stretching out. Be subbed out of the game for Randleman. We'll take another glance, and looks to be that left foot ankle area.
Yeah, and it's always a good sign when you can get up and walk off on your own. So hopefully it's he's just retying the shoe over there, and hopefully he'll be back here soon.
Got to lace that shoe up tight if he wants to get back in that game.
Oh yeah, you got to stop that thing from blowing up.
Spartans have the 1-point lead. Looking inside to Watson as Zink is on the bench, and Watson is fouled.
And it'll be interesting while Wright is out, if they decide to go back to that zone, if it was predicated off of him or not, will be interesting.
One thing that's a problem for HighPoint right now, they've already put USC Upstate in the bonus. They're shooting 1-1 for the remainder of the half. This is the top free throw shooting team in the Big South as Hammond's push shot runner missed. Rebound inside, stripped away from behind, and Elmore got a lot of ball.
That looked like a whole lot of ball, and that's one of those calls that you just say, you know, there's nothing more I could have did right there. Showing his hands, and I think that's good defense.
It looked to be, at least from our perspective in that replay, a lot of basketball by Elmore. That is a big swing call. Elmore picks up his 3rd personal foul, and that sends Watson back to the free throw line for 2 free tosses.
Do you believe in ball don't lie?
I've been known to believe in it. Rob Peterson III, the junior from Charlotte, comes in looking to box out Mazzone on the low block.
And like you were saying, with them being in the bonus from here on out, especially how the refs have been calling it, that's something that we're going to have to look at down the stretch. And they are back in that 2-3 zone.
The defensive alignments continue to shift for the Spartans. Dave Dickerson, Stacy Palmer, Andrew Garcia, Dr. Ron Bradley, the coaching staff. HighPoint led by Tubby Smith, G.G. Smith, Eric Gabriel, and Keith Gatlin. Peterson lost the handle, scrum for the basketball. Caden Sanchez had that bounce off his knee. Panthers will retain. $11 points for Elmore, 11 points for Wright, 12 for Hammond, and 14 for Zink, the only double-figure scorers, and that's a welcome sight for Panthers fans. John Michael Wright back in.
No doubt, and it's good to see him. Looks like he's fine, and he'll definitely look to make an immediate impact on this game.
Winner go home in the Big South Conference Tournament, brought to you by Hercules Tires. Winner takes on Winthrop and Rock Hill, and Jernigan gets a paw on it, poked it out of bounds. Flowers looking for Sanchez. Gets it. Sanchez blocked at the rim. Met at the summit by a couple different Spartans.
And that's just great interior defense. And the other thing is, once they got the block, they did a really good job at stopping them from getting an offensive rebound.
Couple passes to Mazzone in the corner. A dandy. A great pass underneath by White that made it happen.
Yeah, and that's what's triggered the entire thing. Great penetration, great outside kick, and an extra pass as well.
5-point lead, the largest for USC Upstate. Here's some great passing from HighPoint. Randleman tried to thread the needle to Sanchez, but he was fouled before the pass. Spartans with their largest lead, 46-41. Panthers hoping to claw back here on ESPN 3.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no-contact delivery or no-contact at-the-door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Did you know that Geico's whole 15 minutes thing, that came from me? Really? My first idea was, in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower. Over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? That's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
There's not a secret to what actually happens behind the scenes at a bank. Here at First Citizens, we're trying to educate the client in each step of what's actually going to happen and actually have them make the educated decision around what steps and what options they utilize. We want to become that trusted advisor that actually guides them down that road, helping you reach your goals. That's Forever First.
Find out how much you could save on car insurance. The fast free quote from Geico at geico.com. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. 46-41 Spartans. Luke Hallett with the 1,000-point score. Ben Drayton, 46-41 USC Upstate. And a large reason they've been able to do that, their zone defense has continued to mystify HighPoint.
Yeah, that zone is a tell of the game right now. HighPoint's really struggled to figure out their areas of opportunity here. And I look for them to try to get something for right now.
Panthers haven't scored in over 4 minutes. Flowers to Sanchez. Randleman inside. Back out top to right, lost the handle for a second, bounces to Sanchez, and a shot clock violation. It was safely in the midst of Mazzone anyway.
And see, that's what a zone can do. It can trick you into only making passes on the perimeter, and that entire possession, the ball really never got inside.
Panthers will bring back some pressure. Wright will pick up Dalvin White. Knocked away, Randleman able to save it. Good defensive play made by the sophomore.
Great save.
In and out dribble, right. 9-foot pull-up, switches it. That's some much needed offense.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. He had his guy backpedaling. He's coming downhill. Slam breaks and pulled up for a mid-range jump shot.
Wright has had to earn his 13 points. It's taken him 15 shots. He does have 6 rebounds and an assist. He's the leading scorer for the Panthers. White fakes, Jernigan fakes. Now White takes the triple, buries it. Another three-pointer for the Spartans, their 6th of the day.
Yeah, and shooting is contagious because they were missing as a team, and now it seems like everybody can hit.
Flowers rims off on the 3, off the mark, and that's an errant pass that goes to USC Upstate, and that looked like it might have been off the leg of a Spartan.
Yeah, that looks like that might have went off and in between the leg of one of the Upstate players, but very errant pass, and I think they might have got away with one there.
Rob Peterson was in the vicinity, officials saying that he was the most likely candidate to have that ball bounce off of. Into the front court, Jernigan, and they'll slow things up. Fast break points pretty even today, 12-11, but the Spartans have made those 12 count.
They really have, and it was really one-sided at first. And again, with that 2-3 zone and applying some pressure, they've really been able to get back in this game.
Tried to thread the needle. Good steal by the Panthers. Randleman had Peterson for a moment, takes it himself, bullies his way into the lane, and lost the handle. Back come the Spartans.
He's got 5 open.
Mazzone for 3. Wedge short. There's Rob Peterson, the rebound. Nobody stopping the ball and stripped from behind. And maybe a little bit of wrist on the play, but that wasn't too physical, but they have been tight today.
No, yeah, it's been tight today, and I think both these teams are need to kind of calm down a little bit. There's been a lot of sporadic play, a lot of bodies hitting the ground, a lot of errant passes. So the game's getting a little chaotic right now for both teams.
Nevin Zink set to check back in. He's on the floor with 14 points. Jaden House also coming in, replacing Flowers, the freshman for freshman substitution. Second half has been Spartans all the way, 17-7 through the first 10.5 minutes. Elmore back in the game with 3 fouls also. They're looking to him at the high block.
And he had 10 open.
House can't quite penetrate. Elmore slicing in, faces a double team, rises up off the heel. Izunabor comes away with it. And he is fouled before the shot. It looks like Zink, not only the guilty party, he might have taken one in the stomach.
Yeah, I think on the way down, I think he might have got head-butted in the stomach there on the shot fake. But that's HighPoint getting back into what got them the lead, crashing offensive glass.
Izunabor will get 1 in the bonus if he is able to convert. 75% free throw shooter this year. Listed at 6'8", 210 pounds. He looks a little taller than 6'8".
Yeah, I think he is a little bit taller than 6'8". I know today he's been playing like he's taller than 6'8" with some of those blocks from earlier.
16 blocks on the season, and bank is open here at HighPoint.
I heard him call it from up here.
That's right. I think I might have heard that too. Panthers will take them any way they can get them. And a perfect trip for Izunabor. HighPoint coming out in a full court pressure, and they'll back off. Slay picks up Dalvin White.
Let's see if they draw some up for Zink here.
Zink had a long spell on the bench. Izunabor deflects the ball, tries to track it down, can't do so. And you see Zink talking after the play, asking for perhaps a foul. Izunabor's been battling all day long.
He is, and that's why he's in the game. He's not going to let anything in there easy.
8 rebounds for Izunabor today, including some tremendous defense on Zink. Hammond shakes his defender. In the corner, White. Dalvin White navigating. 1 second on the shot clock. John Michael Wright comes away with it. Running the floor is Elmore, the 2-hand slam. The Panthers right back into things on the dunk.
And that is a great look-ahead pass and a great finish by Elmore.
And perhaps a bit of frustration showing as Watson threw that off the knee of Elmore. The crowd getting into things here at the Millis Center. First time in quite some time there's been fans here, and they're alive.
Yep, and now we've got ourselves a ball game. Both teams, it's a 2-point game, high-pressure game in the Big South.
Win or go home. The teams have already played twice this year, played last year in the same spot, win or go home. The Spartans won, the Panthers went home. Hodge tries a 3. Pressure pack triple off the mark is Izunabor.
And that's what I like to call a crowd silencer. He was trying to get everybody quiet on that shot if it went.
Right for the tie, Izunabor fouled, and he'll head to the line. Emmanuel Izunabor, the sophomore from Fayetteville, gets a chance to tie things up when we get back. Spartans cling to a 2-point lead here at the Millis Center.
Trying to nourish and wake up your eyes? Leave it to Tula. Our cooling and brightening eye balm is formulated with probiotics and superfoods like blueberries and watermelon. So feed your skin the good stuff. Try Tula today at Tula.com.
For attractive offers on the ultra-responsive Acura TLX, visit your Acura dealer today.
2-point Spartan lead, the under 8 timeout. The crowd's starting to get into things. They've come alive here.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, when was the last time that anybody here went to an actual basketball game, right? So
too long.
After that dunk, the atmosphere in here definitely changed.
And the reason that HighPoint's been able to change that atmosphere is because they've started going back to the basics that stake them to an 18-point lead in the first half.
Yes, they've definitely picked it up defensively. They're back to crashing the offensive boards. And if Upstate is going to keep playing in that 2-3 zone, that opportunity is going to be there.
Izunabor misses the first free throw attempt. He has 2 coming because of the foul before the timeout. But it's the 8th foul on USC Upstate. HighPoint still with 7. They haven't had a foul in nearly 5 minutes. 1 of 2 within a point are the Panthers.
Again, token pressure.
Dalvin White again harassed. Denny Slay the second. Izunabor playing all the way out on Zink, all the way to the HPU logo.
And yeah, that just lets you know how much how concentrated they are on shutting him down. We haven't really heard much from him this half.
Crowd silencer, there it is. That's a hard shot from Hammond.
Yeah, that's one that'll suck the air out of the gym right there. That's a very tough shot.
Slay looking for the tie. Off the mark. Izunabor trying to spike it back to right, but Zink hangs on. Three-point Spartan League as we approach 7 minutes to go. Winner takes on the Winthrop Eagles in Rock Hill. 8-9 matchup in the first round of the Big South Conference Championships. Zink drops on Izunabor, left it short. Izunabor collects.
And that was a great move, spinning back baseline with the left hand. Just left a little bit short, but if he gets that look again, he'll take it.
It almost looked like he was surprised at how open he was for a second.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
3-point Spartan lead. House was looking at Izunabor, top of the key. Elmore searching, that zone defense still stifling. Somehow finds its way to Slay the second and stripped by Hodge.
That's great awareness, D. That's kind of a wacky play. The ball ended up right in HighPoint's hands there, but good defense.
Izunabor all the way out on Zink on the perimeter, and a foul called. Zink will look to try and take that to the rack anyway, but Izunabor, once you get the ball out there on the perimeter, that's kind of outside of his normal area.
Yeah, he's not used to guarding way out there. It's great effort. Again, got a little bit handsy, and again, Upstate's going to be in the bonus for the rest of the game here. So
Manuel Izunabor with 3 fouls, 3 points and 10 rebounds for the big sophomore. Very young HighPoint team. They start 4 underclassmen. Zink rattles in the first. But that bodes well for the future here at HighPoint. 8-14 this season, not really the record you want, but you know things are on the upswing.
Yeah, they definitely got some great young players. They're going to be very good for the next couple of years for sure.
Zink converts once more, 16 points for the junior from Connecticut. Upstate's led by as many as 6 points today. Panthers drew within 1 a couple of possessions ago. Wright forces his way inside and is fouled. He took a tumble to the hardwood, but we'll head to the free throw line.
And Zink's a big guy in there. Wright knew what he was getting himself into, but again, this is do or die time. You got to put it all on the line.
How much do you think that ankle might be affecting John Michael Wright? Have you seen anything that might indicate it's been nagging him at all?
No, he looks fine. I think, again, the biggest thing is that 2-3 zone. It's really difficult. One-on-one, if I beat my guy, I'm open. Well, it doesn't really work like that in the zone, and I think that's kind of why we haven't seen that much of him in this half.
Wright with 14 points today. He's the second leading scorer in the conference, 15th in the country. Davion Warren from Hampton, the only member of the Big South who has more points per game than John Michael Wright with 21.7. Back to a 1-possession ball game. Elmore picks up. And it's Slay who will guard Jernigan. Jernigan finds Zink inside for the two-hand hammer. Zink got past Izunabor and was able to flush.
Yeah, and I think they're going to try to ride the big guy home for this win. He's going to get a lot of touches in this last 5.5 minutes.
Flowers gets an open look. That won't go. Wright creates a little separation and is fouled. All the guys on the floor at 6 foot John Michael Wright who gets the rebound.
Yeah, and what you're seeing is the guys that we said at the beginning of the game we're going to have a big impact on this game, trying to will their team to a win here.
Again for USC Upstate, no Tommy Bruner, their leading scorer, is not playing in today's game. HighPoint with a clean bill of health. John Michael Wright 15 points, Elmore with 13. 10 rebounds from Izunabor. Make it 16 for Wright, nearing his season average of almost 21 a game. Caden Sanchez comes in. And it's a bit of a trade-off for Tubby Smith. Caden Sanchez isn't quite as a tenacious defender as Izunabor, but a little more polished offensively.
Yeah, and you're especially going to need that when you're going to ask your big men to make passes out of the zone and make decisions.
Denny Slay reaches in, and it's out of bounds. Fires up the crowd a little bit. It won't show up in the box score, but a nice play.
Yeah, and that's really tenacious defense. He's all over him, and that's no foul. That's great hustle.
Slay trying to will his team to a victory, keep their season alive, set up a date with the Winthrop Eagles, 17-1 in conference. Floats up a shot. Zink says, gonna lay that in right over Sanchez.
Yeah, that's one of those best offense beats best defense. That's great defense, just a better shot with the left hand.
Flowers with 6 points. Ball is deflected. Active hands from Everett Hammond. 10 on the shot clock. Inside Sanchez. Sanchez finds Elmore. He's hacked, and he gets 2 free throws.
And that's why he's in the game, being able to make those passes and those decisions. He's getting his teammate to the free throw line because of it.
It feels like Elmore, who has 13 points and 7 rebounds, has kind of had a quiet 13 points. He's been in the right place at the right time for a lot of these plays, but it's been a quiet 13.
It's been a very quiet 13, and that's, you know, some of the best players in the world, they have quiet games because for some reason they always happen to be in the right spot. So it's just a good instinct for the game of basketball.
14 points for Elmore. Mazzone picks up the foul. That's his 4th. Aldridge comes in. Elmore under 65% this year from the free throw line. Hits them both. A 1-possession game. It goes again. Under 5 minutes to play. The Panthers will sub Izunabor in for a defensive purposes. They'll come out in full court press. Slay, a tough on-ball defender. The senior doesn't want to be playing in his final game.
And they keep running that action to try to get Zink a layup under the goal.
Trying to work it inside to Zink. Izunabor shutting down the easy entry pass. Straightaway 3 by White. Clanks off. Izunabor collects his 11th rebound after Elmore tips it over to him.
That's a great rebound, and that's a great possession if you're HighPoint defensively.
Elmore leaped high. Flowers picks up his dribble. Izunabor, little 12-foot jump shot, brings him back within 1.
That's a big-time shot, and here we go again, right into the pressure. And what you got to think about, White for Upstate has had the ball in his hands a lot, and he's been getting full court pressure a lot. I wonder if he's going to get tired down the stretch.
Hammond darts into the lane, blocked and fouled by Izunabor, his 4th foul. And he got perhaps a little bit of the arm on the jump shot opportunity.
Yeah, that's a big swing there. Step back shot, and yeah, you got him on the arm a little bit there.
1-point lead for the Spartans. Back after this.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no-contact delivery or no-contact at-the-door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Wofford takes down Carolina, and the Furman Paladins have defeated
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen in your dreams, kid. 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
We do this every day for men suffering from prostate cancer. The Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute treats several types of cancers: breast, lung, prostate, head and neck, ocular, GI, brain and spine, pediatric. There are no hospital stays with proton beam radiation. The beam travels right to the affected area and stops, which leads to fewer side effects. Call us now. It could make all the difference.
Live your life. Let the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute fight your cancer.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
Points been coming back. They trailed early in this game, early in the second half after leading by as many as 18. You got to give credit where credit is due. They're battling.
Yeah, this is a back and forth battle. Again, the winner gets to move on and unfortunately be the end for whoever loses.
Luke Allen, Ben Drayton with you here at the Millis Center for a tremendous game where HighPoint led early out of the gate. Thought it could have been a blowout. Spartans battled back. And now HighPoint trailing by just 1 after USC Upstate led by as many as 6. It's going to be still a one-possession game after Hammond misses the free throw. He's got 14 points, but an uncharacteristic 4 of 8 with the miss from the line. He's second in the conference in free throw shooting.
And those are 2 big misses there. So we'll see if HighPoint can capitalize on it.
Panthers a chance to regain the lead. Three-pointer by Wright. He's fouled and he'll head to the line. Never foul the jump shooter, Ben. That's what they say.
It is a cardinal sin. Don't turn the ball over and do not foul three-point shooters.
And might have grazed the forearm, knocked out the legs a bit.
Yeah, and it's really big, right? They just missed 2 on one end, and now they're giving up 3 on the other.
And Wright is a very good free throw shooter. Over 78% on the season, 5th best in the conference. These are 2 good free throw shooting teams, 5th for HighPoint and number 1 for USC Upstate. But the Spartans shooting 68% today, a little bit off their normal 72% clip. Panthers regain the lead. They will bring in back Bryson Mazzone.
And yeah, we're going to have to see here what adjustments are going to be made down this final stretch. Does Upstate stay in the 2-3 zone if it comes down to 1 possession with a minute under, or do they go back to man?
2 of 3 for Wright. 6 of 7 from the free throw line for the conference's second leading scorer. Zink, they're trying to get him the ball. There comes the double team and a heads-up defensive play by Slay.
And he's been all over it defensively.
That is a great defensive read and help side for Slay. Here's Wright. At Elmore for a moment at the free throw line. Wright between his legs, 3-pointer, can't get it. Zink cleans the glass, a strong rebound from the junior.
That was a great rebound, and right there they actually tried to attack the zone by screening those guards up top. Didn't get the shot to go.
20 points and 9 rebounds for Zink. Hammond, 3-pointer on the other side, buries a triple, and the Spartans lead by 2.
And that's how Zink hurts you. You're already worried about him inside, and he makes a wraparound pass to find an open shooter.
Back and forth we go from the Millis Center. Win or go home. 8 versus 9 matchup in the Big South Conference tournament.
And now what they're doing is they're actually shifting the zone towards right side. So whichever side he's on, they're going to give him a little bit more attention than whoever's on the other side.
Elmore absorbed the contact, could not finish, just 2 minutes to play. And USC Upstate's going to try to take a little clock. Zink had the ball knocked out of his hands by Holt, and it goes back to HighPoint.
And that's a big-time stop. And again, you know they're going to try to get the ball to Zink here for the final stretch.
Zunabor comes back in. We glance at it once more. That's just a heads-up defensive play.
Yeah, that's just scrappy between him and Slay. They are all over it defensively, and they're going to need it for about 2 more minutes.
Because it is under the 2-minute threshold, the officials will go over and look at this one just to make sure. Right now it is HighPoint ball on the floor. Of note, possession arrow belonging to USC Upstate if that were to come into play in these last couple minutes. But it functions as a free timeout for both coaches. HighPoint has struggled against the 2-3 zone at times today. If they go to the 2-3 zone, what's your best play to get one shot, whether it's a 2, a 3, tie it, or take the lead?
What I would do is I would definitely get right in a ball screen at the top and let him make the decision. He leads my team in points. He leads my team in assists. If I only need one possession, it has to go through him.
The sophomore is the conference's second leading scorer. Freshly recognized as one of the 5 members on the all-conference team this year. Top 15 in the country in scoring, 5th in the conference in steals, and the team's leader in 3-point shooting percentage. John Michael Wright, 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists today.
And there it is, they went for it.
2-point Spartan lead. Slay looking inside as Zunabor, opts out. Wright again. Tipped away, Spartans will give it back to HighPoint. And Tubby Smith wants timeout. 96 seconds to play. Spartans with a 2-point lead. We're back in a moment. Spartans and Panthers.
Whoa, Susan.
Oh, I'm looking for coupon codes.
Well, Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them.
Save me some cheddar.
Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
This has got the steak and the sizzle.
The tots on this are just crispy and they're flavorful.
This will keep you out of my tots.
Sonic Extra Long Ultimate Cheesesteaks. Yeah, this might keep me out of your tots.
Leading by 2. HighPoint has not scored a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes. They need one here.
Yeah, they really need to get a bucket here. They're probably going to go through right, but they have a lot of options. Again, they got to attack that zone. They got to try to get in the middle, and then if they do miss, they have to crash that offensive glass like they've been doing all game.
They have 15 offensive rebounds today to the Panthers to just 6 for the Spartans.
And there is a great play to get your man to look.
Right for 3, and the Panthers regain the lead. Under a minute and a half to play, John Michael Wright with 22.
That's a great play call out of a timeout to get your best scorer a wide open 3 in the corner.
Now the Spartans' turn to answer. Under a minute 10 to go. Winner goes home, or winner goes to Rock Hill, loser heads home. White, Mazzone.
And now they need to do what HighPoint just did. They got the ball to their best player. They need to do the same.
White steps into a 3 as the shot clock expires. Panthers rebound. It's John Michael Wright. 22, 9, and 2 for the sophomore. A 22-second difference between game clock and shot clock, but a basket would go a long way for Tubby Smith's HighPoint Panthers team.
Now in this situation, you don't want to go too quickly, but if you do get a look, don't be afraid to take it.
Slay slashes. Jumper on the way, puts it in. The Panthers lead by 3. It's Denny Slay, the senior. He doesn't want to go home just yet.
No, he does not. And again, it all started with setting that screen at the top and screening those guards. That's 2 plays in a row now where they got good looks.
USC Upstate calls timeout. You take one more look, he rubbed off that screen perfectly.
Yeah, that was a great ball screen. He took his time with it. He knew exactly where the clock is. And it's interesting, now that HighPoint is up 3, if you're Upstate, does that completely take Zink out of the equation here? Do you put in more shooters, or do you try to get a quick 2? So it'll be interesting what they do out of the timeout.
Zink's been terrific today, 20 points and 10 rebounds. Had 21 earlier this season against the Panthers. 4th in program history in field goal percentage last year. When he gets the ball on the low block, it's hard to stop him, but will they try and go for the 3? And it looks like they will keep Zink on the floor.
And that's interesting, and it may be to set screens, or if they do try a 3, have your best rebounder to crash the glass to kick it back out. But I think HighPoint's going to put some pressure on here to burn up some clock.
Winner takes on Winthrop in Rock Hill, South Carolina. The loser heads home for the season. Teams played in the same situations last year. USC Upstate won and moved on to take on Winthrop. 15 seconds. Hammond steps back. His 3-pointer on the way. Left it short. And a foul while trying to get the basketball sends John Michael Wright to the line for 2. And the Panthers, with a couple of made free throws, might escape.
And who else do you want on the line right now to close the show? That's 2 big defensive rebounds by Wright. He's really come alive here in the last couple minutes to get a win for his team.
USC Upstate has gone the last 2.5 minutes without a point. The defense of HighPoint came to play when it most mattered.
Yeah, and that 2-3 zone got them back in the game, but at the end of the day, you know, this is a winner go home situation, and you can't go 2 or 3 minutes without getting a point down the stretch.
John Michael Wright hits the first free throw. He's got 23. We take a look at our Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Brought to you by Hercules Tires, with the Panthers leading 64-60. It's John Michael Wright's 3 that put the Panthers ahead.
Yeah, and he's been doing everything.
That's the strong move of the game, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Let's say you're in the Spartan huddle right now. You're trailing by 4, maybe 5. How do you try and keep your hopes alive?
You got to obviously you got to get something quick downhill. If you need 2 possessions, you almost don't have time for a pass. So I would probably get it in one's hands and just tell him to go coast to coast, and then we're just going to have to play a free throw shooting game after that.
HighPoint's a good free throw shooting team, 5th in the conference, nearly 70%. Wright hits them both. 5-point Panther edge. White. Mazzone for 3. He can't hit it. Izunabor rebounds, and the Panthers survive at home. HighPoint holds off USC Upstate, and they'll take on Winthrop.
And that's a big-time win. Again, they gave up the lead, But at the end of the day, they got it back. They did what they needed to do to get a win.
HighPoint led by 18 points in this game. It wasn't always easy. Upstate came back and led by 6, but it's HighPoint and Tubby Smith who survived.
Yeah, and right at the end of the day, right, tweaks his ankle, comes back, hits some big shots down the stretch and some big free throws.
And Denny Slay, a huge bucket. John Michael Wright had a couple big ones too. Slay, the senior, he didn't want to go home.
No, he didn't. And with the money on the line, they needed a bucket at the end of the shot clock. Calls for a screen and calmly knocks one down.